I'm trying to platinum every Silent Hill game before the release of Silent Hill F, and there is no better place to start than... Originally released on September 25th, 2001, getting remade on October 8th, 2024, developed by Bloomer Team and published by Konami. Silent Hill 2 is about James Sunderland, a man looking for his dead wife in the town known as Silent Hill. Since I wanted to platinum all of the games, I do plan to do the original Silent Hill 2 while streaming. So if you are watching this, I've most likely already started my journey in platinuming the series. For my first playthrough of the game, I decided to just experience the story. The game starts off with our main character, James Sunderland. James got a letter from his wife, Mary, saying to meet him in Silent Hill. But the problem is that Mary has been dead for 3 years, so he is off to the foggy town to look for her. As soon as the game started, I accidentally started heading in the wrong direction, popping me this trophy. I'm a bit of a dumbass. After traveling down the beaten paths into a cemetery, we meet Angela Orozco. We find out that Where she tells us that she has a similar situation going on. She's looking for her mother. She warns James about the town and its dangers, but this guy says hell nah and decides to keep searching. As we keep walking, we find a map of Silent Hill, and picking it up will give us this trophy. After this, we see a form of life in the foggy distance. Not knowing what it is, we decide to chase after it, and it is found to be a lying figure. I don't know what to describe it besides an ugly, sluggish bastard that only headbutts and vomits. That's pretty much it. After the combat tutorial, we find this jukebox and we have to fix it to go on to the next section. Then we got pieces that we needed and we fixed the jukebox. Once we fix it, it starts playing this song that unlocks a memory for James of a better time with his dead wife. But the machine breaks and gives us a key. And unlocking these doors will lead to our next trophy. Nice and cozy. In this section, we have to find coins to do a puzzle that will lead us to the next section. While in the apartments, we reach for these keys until this little ass kid just kicks them and stomps on my fucking fingers. We also find a dead body next to this static TV. And finally, we meet Eddie Dombrowski, a troubled guy freaked out by the dead guy he found in the fridge. He tells James he didn't do it, and most importantly, he tells James that something brought him there, sort of like a calling to the town of Silent Hill. More on that later though. Back to the puzzle. We get all the coins and we follow the riddle and grab a room key. Once we open the door, we are then met with... we meet Pyramid. James shoots him a couple times before he reacts and leaves. And James decides to follow him, popping this trophy. Now we have to do a clock puzzle and unlock the S door, which I kinda sucked at this one.
So here comes Mildred, and she's going...
Hold on. Oh, I got it.
Me when I get punched in the gut every time I get it wrong.
While running around mainly between the H and M door rooms, we run into Angela again, which she is found holding a knife looking into a mirror, contemplating on taking her own life. James tries his best to comfort her, but Angela freaks out and leaves the knife for him to hold, so she doesn't do anything to herself. After completing the puzzle, we are finally able to open the S door, to where we find the executioner himself again. And we have to fight him? We have to fight? Oh, hell no.
Hit him with the board, you won't. No balls. None.
Alright, bet.
Look, I gotta stop listening to the demons in my head, bro.
So yeah, we are forced to fight Pyramid Head, and those goofy bullets barely did shit earlier, and now they really not doing shit. We keep fighting until a foghorn goes off, and Pyramid Head just dips on us, giving us mixed signals and a trophy.
I had one bullet left, dude. God.
And you would have had to use the board. I used the board whenever I was fighting them.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm not a pussy.
Did you see what happened to me when I tried to use the board? Are you serious right now?
We find the little girl and she tells us something damning.
You didn't love Mary anyway.
Man, shut your bitch ass up, nigga. Nobody asked you out a bitch ass.
After this, we go to the spot that James was nostalgic for earlier in the game, hoping our wife Mary is there, and
no. You're not.
Do I look like your girlfriend?
this is Maria. She looks like Mary. She sounds like Mary. Everything about her screams Mary, but this is Maria. Weird. Maria tells us about her special place, and it was at the club. Yeah, nigga, we getting crunk up in these silent ass heels until I fucked up and rolled the worst blunt ever and got kicked out.
Did you just close the door on me? Bitch.
No, but honestly, something similar does happen.
Maria?
What? Come on, don't give me that look.
Shut your stupid ass up.
Yeah, she starts pole dancing. This is until we turn her down, and she starts apologizing for coming off too hard. Yeah, no one likes a try-hard, Maria. Anyways, she takes me around the town a little more until we hear the screams of a little girl. We track the screen down to the movie theater, and James leaves Maria to investigate. He goes into the theater and finds Eddie eating ice cream and asks about the girl screaming. He basically says that it was his friend Laura. James tries to find her, but she runs off into the Brookhaven Hospital. Entering it gives us the trophy admitted. In the Brookhaven Hospital, James runs around grabbing key items for puzzles. Again, of course, to get keys for different locked doors, specifically the rooftop door. While running around, Maria gets lightheaded and decides to lay down and get some rest while we look around. While looking around, I get these trophies: shattered and blunt force trauma. Once we unlock the rooftop doors, we run around and find this storage room, this very long note detailing a patient's days in the hotel before everything went to shit. Now we OW! Jesus Christ. After Pyramid Head fucking slams me into the upside down, god damn it, we find Laura again. And after finding her, we try to have a conversation, but we overreact just a little bit.
Mary's my friend. We met at the hospital last year.
So she has the bright idea of locking us out. We stress to her that there is something inside the room, but she says,
See a fart face!
and she runs off as we have to fight, of course, another boss named Flesh Lips, which I don't even want to look at.
What? What is that? What do I even? Oh hell no! What I overstep.
Defeating it gives us this trophy. After the fight, we are then taken into the hospital's basement. In this section, we have to follow chains that lead to a chained up box.
Mary's organs or something now, huh? Nothing.
Maria finds us and scolds us for leaving her behind. And once we finally stick together, Pyramid Head decides to take things into his own hands.
Run!
Oh! How did I even?
You too!
He was not in front of.
Come on, hurry!
Come on, your butt is not that fat. Come on, please,
No,
please.
it's closing in on her!
No. Oh! Oh my god.
Yeah, Maria gets killed,
Oh my god.
leaving us and James all alone again. The closest thing he had to Mary just died right in front of him. After this, James exits the hospital and sees Laura running around into the distance, and we follow her, but instead of finding her, we find Angela. She starts coping with the notion that her mother doesn't want to see her and that she is gone. James is confused and decides to ask, follow-up questions, but she doesn't give any straight answers and just walks off. James's next stop is the Silent Hill Historical Society building, where we find a painting of the executioner himself. We omit this for now and decide to take the long-ass staircase, which will give us this trophy. The staircase leads to a prison, which is where we find Eddie, who may or may not have just shot a man to death. James finds the rifle, and the prison section forces you to find these scales and weigh them correctly.
Wait, lift up the lightest one real quick. See if it'll... No. Okay, that's not what I meant. Okay, now what?
Oh my god.
Throughout this section, I got these two combat-related trophies, Merciless and James of all trades. After the prison, we enter this new section where we find a bloody newspaper on the ground, reading how someone by the name of Thomas Oro something, was killed due to multiple stab wounds in the front of the neck and the left of his torso. Now the last name may sound familiar because that's the father of Angela Orozco. She killed her father out of revenge for the amount of abuse, some being sexual, mostly being sexual, that he had done to her. God damn. After this, we find Angela again, coming into contact with a mixture of both of her fears in the sort of entrance to the labyrinth. James is forced to fight Abstract Daddy, which is her father inside of a bed frame to signify. Yikes.
Run for your life!
I'm trying the fuck out of him. Whatever the fuck this thing is.
Pipe him. That's not as bad as. What kind of fucking email is that?
After defeating him, we get the trophy Unforgivable. After this, we go to the labyrinth. Once we arrive to the labyrinth, James finds Maria alive behind a jail cell, telling him that she is real and well in a very manipulative way. Now James has to twist and turn this labyrinth box to unlock new areas. While unlocking these areas, I got the No Big Deal trophy and stumbled upon Pyramid Head's room, giving us this trophy as well. After unlocking all of the areas and getting behind the jail cell, we find Maria dead again, but now it looks like she died of some damn sickness or disease, crushing James even more. After this, James grabs Pyramid Head's sword and drags it through this door, and we find Eddie again after he just murdered another man. Eddie tells him why he did it, and mainly his reason was that everyone was making fun of him for being fat, gross, a pig, all of it.
What kind of names were these kids calling you at the pool?
Meathead, Fatso, Lard Butt, Wally the Whale.
Porky, Hog, Fat Ass, Double Wide, Butterball, those sorts of things, right?
Yeah.
James tells him that this form of vengeance isn't right, and murdering people based on their opinions will never be justified either, and to that, Eddie disagrees. James gives him a punch to the face before he tries to kill us. Opening the door into the freezer leads to a boss fight with Eddie, and in this fight, he just straight up admits to murdering a dog.
Yeah, I ran away after I killed that dog. But you know what? It was fun.
What did he just say?
Trying to chew its own guts up. Finally died all curled up in a ball.
What?
Then you came after me. I shot him too, right in the leg. He cried more than the dog.
What the fuck?
We are then forced to kill Eddie, giving us this trophy. After this, James takes a boat on the lake and goes to the final area of the game, Lakeview Hotel. Now before we continue, there are questions that need to be asked. If Silent Hill only calls people of sins, and those who have done wrong, justified or not, then what wrong has James done? Anyways, throughout the hotel, James is trying to find room 312, which was him and Mary's special place. James finds Laura and she finally gives him the letter Mary wrote him. In this letter, Mary tells Laura happy birthday, and Laura's birthday was last week, meaning Mary couldn't have died 3 years ago and she had to still be alive. After opening the door to room 12, we get this trophy, and we have to play this VHS tape. The VHS tape showed James and Mary in the hotel room happy until it cuts.
What the hell? What? Wait, hold on. Did James kill Mary?
What the
James is forced to sit with the guilt that he killed his wife, and not the disease. He tells Laura, and given Mary was a mother figure towards her, she didn't take it well, and she stormed off. This guilt soon began to show as he gets transferred to the other world one last time. He finds Angela one last time on this fiery staircase, thinking she found her mother when she only found James again. He tells her what they're looking for is not there. She asks for the knife back to take her life, which he declines. And she walks off into the fire, burning herself in the bridge that gapped her trauma. After this, James finds Maria one last time and speaks to her until the two pyramid heads kill her again.
I don't need you anymore. I'm ready.
What? What the fuck? What the hell? obsolete?
After placing the scarlet egg and the rotten egg in the doors, James is forced to hear the cries and complaints of Mary one last time before meeting her face to face. At least it seemed so. It's really a wolf in sheep's clothing. Maria, or James's idea of a perfect Mary, won't allow him to move on. So James is then forced to put her out of her misery once again.
Damn.
After this fight, we are met to James admitting why he did what he did to Mary. He basically just said that it was taking a toll on his health as well, as much as hers. And her cries and her desperation of her wanting this sickness to be over only gave him the idea of wanting her to get put down. Sort of like a dog, which given her cries, it did seem that way, but it definitely wasn't the move. And in the end, James takes Laura as his own daughter and leaves the town, giving us this trophy for getting the leave ending. Anyways, now from this point on, I didn't go off of the PSN guide anymore, and I completely did my own version of stage 2 on how to get the other trophies. And I did this by instead watching a video by A Trance, and it is truly such an amazing guide. First, I got on New Game Plus and grabbed the chainsaw. Later on in the game, I found the pizza and Pizza Bowl-orama. I then discovered the secret of room 106. I then spent 10 minutes on Toluca Lake, and I interacted with Brett. Yeah, that's a trophy. While replaying most of the game, I attempted to get all of the collectibles, so I had to only worry about the endings I needed, but I low-key missed like all of them. So I only got the Echoes trophy, which was to witness all of the glimpses of the past, and then I got As Close as You Like, Faster Than the Fog for speedrunning in the game in under 10 hours, completing the game without using the radio, and finally I Saw That Town for finishing the game on New Game Plus on any difficulty. Next, I got the Let's Not Party trophy for shooting all of the balloons in the Westside Apartments. I speedran the game again and grabbed all of the memos and strange photos while also getting the Maria ending, which shows James choosing Maria over Mary. What I really do like about this game is that if you show more attention towards Maria, you will get this ending. But shit isn't sweet since Maria starts coughing and James says,
Better do something about that cough.
"Nigga, does no one find this fucked?" After this, I got the UFO ending. The next ending I got was the in-water ending, which shows James in his car by himself, seemingly talking to someone, but that someone is the dead body of Mary in his backseat. And then he kills himself. Bleak. Just so bleak. But on the bright side, I got the dog ending. Now the last ending I got was the rebirth ending, which you find these new collectibles, which are books that detail how to resurrect someone satanically. And let's just say James tries to resurrect Mary, which, if you think about it, it'll just undo everything and only repeat history, which may be the entire point of the game. Given that everyone that Eddie killed all look like versions of James, and all of the memos lead to a secret message that reads, "You've been here for 2 decades. So does that mean that the original game has been happening for the past 20 years over and over again? James has been killing Mary 20 years over and over again. Eddie has been killing people over and over again. And Angela, So does that mean the remake is just one big loop with fancier graphics? Shit, I don't know. But I got that platinum trophy though. Hey! Now this game is a fucking banger. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. This game will be studied for another 20 years again, truth be told. This really is one of the greatest games of all time. Although I am hardcore glazing this game, I will be giving it a 9 out of 10. I will be giving it 9 out of 10 trophies. Since I prefer some of the original dialogue more than this one. Although the voice acting on the original wasn't as good as this one was, of course, they did cut some lines out that gave more context that is needed for a new player to understand. The original makes things a bit obvious when it comes to plot points, but honestly the remake relies more on its symbolism and its better graphics to embellish its storytelling, which is perfectly fine, but I couldn't help but be confused at times. Anyways, if you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe, and I am out. Peace.